Today we're demoing a Laney PA60R from the late 60s. This was a similar power section to the Laney supergroups of the late 60s, but came set up as a PA type amplifier with similar preamp topology on all four channels, which made it not a particularly good guitar amplifier. This one has been lightly modified. Two of the channels have been converted into a bright and normal guitar channel. The other two channels have been disconnected to give just a little bit more amperage available to the tubes of the first two channels. So I'm using my Nightfly modded with hot rails and a bridge Seth Lover pickup. We're going to get just a little idea of the sound of the two channels. The bright channel can be quite clean. The regular channel, perhaps just a tiny bit less so, and when you blend the channels you lose a lot of the clean overhead, but get some nice crunch. This iPhone is compressing things, so you're not getting the full difference in impact between having things set fairly low and having them turned up. For just a second, I'm going to crank things up all the way. It's going to be quite deafening here in the basement. You're going to hear some buzzes and rattles. Unfortunately, the volume of the phone will stay the same because of the compression algorithm. Gives a nice bright clanky EL34 tone. This has been set up with JJ's at about 34 milliamps if I recall correctly. We're going to bring some pedals into the mix now because this is a Marshall style-ish amplifier with lots of mids. Timmy's going to sound great. We've got this set with the gain just barely cracked and the treble and bass cuts mostly off, and a little bit of a volume boost. So we've got this. So we're getting a lot more feedback even though the volume is set at a not unreasonable rate. And we're getting a nice clanky crunch that's similar to what the amp is when it's turned all the way up. Trying a slightly different approach to things, a tube screamer with the gain up about halfway and slightly over unity gain. Again, a little more feedback, a little more crunch. Sounds pretty similar to what we're getting with the amp when we crank it all the way up itself. A 69 fuzz cranked all the way. little smoother, a little darker, otherwise a great sound. Let's do a little bit of lead stuff with the Tube Screamer and the Timmy both on. One of the problems I have with the Nightfly is that there's some deadish spots on the neck high up there. Can't tell from this amplifier, it just hooks onto those harmonics and holds them forever. So, a Laney PA60R modified to a more or less plexi style preamp through the stock power amp section. Pretty good sounding little thing.